here we go on part 3 of this 3-part video. Part 1 I discussed the RO unit, all my feeding supplies, supplements I use, my quarantine and hospital tanks. Part 2 we got into the filtration on my 72 bow front. Got into talking about the skimmer, the bio wheels, everything in my filtration. This video is going to be about the display. This video we're going to talk about the new addition to the tank, which is the Blonde Naso, the coral, rock, things of that nature. So let's get into it. Basically, guys, this is 72 bow front, fully stocked reef tank. It's SPS dominated. I've got 5 fish in it now. Plan on getting maybe 2 or 3 more fish. Not really sure. I'm kind of going back and forth. My wife's wanting fish now, and she's starting to kind of get into it now that I've got this big pretty system sitting in the house versus the little Nano that I had. I catch her over here every once in a while gazing at it. So it's making me pretty happy with that she's starting to take interest in it and start to appreciate the work and time that I've put into this. But let's get into it, guys. Basically, I've got my mated pair of Ocellaris clownfish right here. I've got 2 chromies, and you can see there's my new Blonde Naso tank, which he's loving this tank. He's a great fish. He actually came out of the quarantine tank late last night after the lights went off and the tank was in full moonlight. He was in the quarantine tank for 1 week total. He's eating healthy. He was doing really good, showing no signs of any problems. So after 1 week, I put him in the display tank, and he's loving life right now. This guy's super happy. He loves it. He's getting along. Everybody's getting along. So I knew there wasn't going to be any problems. But with this fish being in the tank now, I'm actually starting to see my cave systems that I made with the aquascaping. He's the only one that really travels through the rock. And he's pretty neat to watch. He's a very entertaining fish. He's already hand feeding right out of my hand with the marine algae sheets. So he's really cool, super cool fish. Super happy I put him in here. He's an awesome addition to the tank. Really colorful and super exciting fish to watch. So we'll get into the system, guys, here. Basically, top of the system, I got my lights. It is a 216 watt Nova Extreme T5 light system. I'm running 2 54 watt 420 nm actinic bulbs with 2 10,000K white bulbs, the ZooMed and the Deep Blue bulbs. You can see there's my LED night lights that I put in. Actually was having a problem with the silver taping. A couple videos back I discussed the problems I was having with the aluminum tape, and it was just getting the moisture. So what I did is the same thing that I hung my RO water line with, sticky tabs and zip ties, and basically permanently fixed this to the hood, which is working really good now with the permanent fixture to the hood and the actual holding capacity of these little zip tie and stick tabs. I can adjust the light and basically spotlight certain things in the tank that I want, and it looks really, really great. I will probably do another video of the nighttime viewing on the tank, just to show you guys the target LED lights. So that's the light fixture. Right, let me get around the front here. My power heads that I'm running, still running the little 425 Nano. I do plan on upgrading. Probably going to get a 750 Coralia whenever I get the new Reef Keeper light package. That way I can run them and create wave effects in the tank. So that's one power head I got running right now. You can see there's my return line coming out from the 740 Aqua. And then I've got my 600 gallon per hour Coralia power head right there. and with that flow in the tank, I'm getting good turnover. I want to say it's like 17 or 18 times an hour my tank's getting turned over, so it's plenty of water movement. Just want to get a little bit more flow with the 750, and then being powered by the Reef Keeper light system. So we'll get into talking about the rock now, guys. I ordered 50 pounds of base rock from Pet Solutions, which you can see this rock is just getting completely covered in coralline algae now. The green is pretty much turning to purple now. I know my camera's not going to pick it up, but take my word for it. This is going through the stages of just being covered in coralline algae right now. I've got, with that 50 pounds, I got roughly probably 100 pounds of rock in here, 100 pounds of rock, really good quality rock. All the rock's got life on it, super porous, Fiji rock. It's really good rock covered in coralline algae. As far as the sand bed, I went with a 4.5, 5-inch deep sand bed. I put 40 pounds plus 2 full 5-gallon buckets of sand that I got with this tank. So I estimated probably about 100 pounds or more of sand, and you can see this sand bed is completely live now. There's wormholes, gas pockets. You can see the bubbles getting knocked out by this little crab right here right now. It's just full of life, really good sand bed. At night I'm starting to see the critters come up along the glass, and it's just a really good sand bed, and it's turning into a really nice live sand bed. So yeah, so over 100 pounds of sand in the tank, probably right at 100 pounds of rock in the tank. As far as corals go, I've got my hammer coral right here, which I noticed the other night when the moonlights were on, that when I originally bought this hammer coral and put it in the 30-gallon nano, I had bought, it was 4 heads with one of the heads being split. The hammer coral has split on every head, so now I've got a total of 9 heads on this hammer coral, which I just realized that the other night when I was looking at it. So that thing is growing really good in this new system. Got my tongue coral here, which the clownfish host this coral. My little mated pair of Oscillarius clownfish love this guy. They get in there and suck on the nipples and the tits of this little tongue coral. It's pretty funny, actually. I haven't noticed them starting to spawn yet. I have seen them. They've picked out this spot right there in that, get out of the way. They've picked out this spot right there in that rock. It's a little crevice up in the rock, and I saw the little male in there the other day cleaning it rather well. So I'm thinking that maybe being in this big tank with more room and more rock and more of an environment, I'm thinking and I'm hoping that they start spawning here real soon. That would be pretty neat to watch. And like I said in previous videos, if I do see them doing that, I try to capture it on video. But right on top of the hammer coral, I've got my candy cane coral, which that one head on the left has split, which is really cool. I didn't know how fast of a grower that coral was, but ever since I moved the coral out of my little tank that I had and put it in this big tank, everything's growing really good. Right on top of that is the new tricolored frog spawn that I got. Get around here on the other side and see if I can get a better picture for you guys. This is a 3-head tricolored frog spawn. At night in the LEDs, this thing grows green, or glows green with purple tips. It's really pretty at night under the moonlights. But it's doing really good. It's really full of life. On top of that, I've got my Kenya tree, which when I bought that months back from the local fish store, it was a speck, and now it's gotten to be quite a nice little piece of coral in there. And then moving on to my zoanthid Naso tang. He's not camera shy. He's a super cool fish. Like I said, He's real friendly. He's already hand feeding from me and stuff. So I got my zoanthids. Just got tons of them. These are orange, green, just a whole entire colony right there of zoanthids, probably 400 or more between those two little colonies on that rock. Right underneath that I've got more green zoanthids, which is probably another 100 or so there. And then down here, I like to call these my Green Bay Packer ones. I know the camera's not going to pick it up, but they're green with the bright orange center. There's probably another 100 of those right there. There's my pulsing zinnia, which has grown really good since I moved it into this tank. It's 3 different colonies of pulsing zinnia. Down here is my pagoda cup coral, which is one of my favorite corals, besides all my SPS coral. It's a super cool coral, and it's grown probably an inch bigger in diameter since I first got it. Got my branching tree leather right here. Right over there in that side is my green carpet anemone. Got some feather dusters, a feather duster there. This is my huge rock of Ricordea, my bright green Ricordea mushrooms. These things are, I mean, fully expanded right now. There's 9 mushrooms on that rock, and they're the size of baseballs. They're huge. I love that rock of mushrooms. Back there behind it you can see my trumpet coral, which is another coral that every single head on it has split again. So I had 9 heads on it. Now I think I got 18, which is awesome. Right next to that I got some more mushrooms, purple, greens. And then we've got another big purple mushroom right here, which right underneath that and up the top of it is another mushroom coming out. So that's cool. There's another, these are really cool polyp zoanthid things. I'm not really sure what they are. Got them from a tank from a friend of mine. They're really cool. They're just, they're some kind of polypy zoanthid kind of thing. But they're really pretty actually. Got another mushroom right there in that rock, green striped mushroom. There's my green Montipora digitata SPS coral. We've got up here on the top, I've got the pink Placellopora, my red Montipora digitata, neon green bird's nest, purple tip staghorn, and then right here is the purple Montipora capricornus. Right next to it is the red Montipora capricornus, and both of these corals have already attached themselves to that rock that I glued them to, so they're growing extremely fast. You can see on the red all the white rim, which tells me that it's growing good. And there was a chip in this purple one right about there, and I know it's only about the size of a dime, and the camera's probably not going to pick it. Well, you can kind of see it there. It's right there. That was about the size of a dime in it, and now it's grown back almost. So that's all my SPS coral. But yeah, the tank's doing really good, guys. Like I said, this is going to be a 3-part video, with this part being about the tank, fish, livestock, rock, sand, lighting, power heads, things like that. It was a great idea by you, Adjuster Frank. I appreciate the idea. Hope you guys like the videos. If you guys do like the videos, rate them, comment. If you got questions, ask. I'll try to help you out. If you guys like my channel, what I got going on, subscribe, guys. There's going to be lots more videos to come. Hopefully we'll get the new Reef Keeper light, get the reactors, some things like that. So yeah, guys, just subscribe, stay tuned. Many more videos to come on this 72 Balfront. See ya.